A person's ability to float is linked to their ability to let go and trust the water.
Dolphins have a lot to teach us. By far the most important thing is that life should be fun. My absolute fascination for dolphins really started off the Isle of Man when I had the magical experience of seeing my son picked up on the head of a totally wild dolphin and given a ride around the harbour at Port St Mary. So here was me, a medical scientist in the 20th century, watching a story that could have unfolded 2,000 years ago. When I formed the Oxford Underwater Research Group, I was looking for ways of taking man deeper, staying longer, not getting all of the problems that divers face when they go underwater. And when I looked at the dolphin, I realized that all of these problems had been solved by nature. And so when we look at a dolphin, we are aware of the fact that they can swim superbly efficiently. In fact, they have been described as the most efficient moving creatures on this planet. And sometimes when you look at some people, you can see that they move efficiently through the water. The shape of their body seems to be changing all of the time, and their passage is much more effortless than somebody like me who thrashes away with his fins.
The breaststroke was developed at the end of the 17th century. It featured a long glide. Competitive breaststroke eliminated the glide. The shore method divides the stroke into two phases, movement and rest. When this is achieved, breaststroke is a form of meditation.
The benefits from swimming only occur if the person can swim effectively. And to swim effectively really does mean being able to put their head in the water. It's impossible to swim and not put more damage and strain on neck and back if one keeps one's head out of the water. But most of the people in this country who swim, I'm afraid, do keep their heads out of the water.
Excessive muscular effort causes injury to the neck and to the rest of the spine.
It's impossible to swim and not put more damage and strain on neck and back if one keeps one's head out of the water.
Even with the face submerged, the head can be pulled back too strongly, causing muscular strain and possible injury. Others injure themselves through aggressively snatching their head back to breathe. This is often the result of anxiety about breathing when in the water.
I think we came up in 1975 with a new sort of form of breaststroke swimming that was really, I suppose, not cheating, but it was bending the rules in the sense that it did bring this dolphin motion into the breaststroke for the first time. Before that, breaststroke was actually a very flat stroke, and I think this way it became much more flexible, much longer as a stroke, and of course much faster. When we swam the Olympics in '76, there were really only two breaststroke swimmers there, John Henkin and David Wilkie, because we dominated breaststroke for about 4 years.
Head down, neck free.
Kids won't perform well unless they feel they're having fun. Swimming is a very demanding sport. It takes a lot out of you. The rewards are fantastic, not only if you win, but just being part of a team, being part of something that is striving for excellence.
You've got to push up with your arms right out, fully extended, not like that, and then put them. Quick as you can, get the arms forward, okay? You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ready, steady, go. Oh!
The youngsters, I always say, look, recognize your goals, be realistic, but, take as much from this sport as possible from it. But always make sure that you've got the element of fun in it and enjoyment, because if you're not enjoying it, you won't go very far in it.
Okay, Sam, go.
Children find it easier to learn because they are less constrained by old habits.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now everyone together. Okay.
I felt very good when I put my head into the water.
The competitors striving to go that much faster and that much further in a shorter distance, and sometimes this has a detrimental effect on the body in terms of the style. The style that's required for the very fast swimming is not the style which is beneficial to the body in terms of stretching out and reaching and so on.
Tom, an 8-year-old, is a beautiful example of this approach in action.
Okay, I want you to watch her head and neck relationship as she moves forward. Take them off. Watch how she moves.
The glide gives us the opportunity to release and lengthen.
If you just lie your face in the water and your hands on the water and really just think of the flow of support going through the body, what you find is quite spontaneously, as the whole thing releases, that you just start moving forwards. That's something that just starts to happen for you. The neck being pulled back, or tensed, and the head being pulled back, is an example of the result of interfering with the postural reflexes. You see, the postural reflexes, when they're working well, give you a nice, natural, erect posture. And in swimming, you just cant it through 90 degrees and you lie on the surface. And in terms of our health, if we are pulling the head back, that is, we've got an overall response from the postural reflexes, which is doing this, we're actually tensing up all the muscles, particularly in the back of the body. And that's going to raise blood pressure and stress levels.
It is important to free the neck and allow the back to lengthen and widen. Extend the arms and gently open them. Let the fingers point down, elbows bent. Turn the palms towards the body and curve in. Extend the arms and gently open them. Let the fingers point down, elbows bent. Turn the palms towards the body and curve in. Bring back hands and forearms without tensing shoulders.